All right. Welcome back, everybody. Just Us PDX Podcast. This is your host, Everett.
Thomas.
Troy. Can you earth the Troy? Hello.
I'm out here, man. My bad, y'all.
It's the one part y'all consistently mess up.
A little delay.
All you gotta do is say your name.
A little delay. My bad.
All right. Anyway, so yeah, we're doing another Zoom show. So go ahead and get this one started. If this is your first time listening to us or checking us out, feel free to check us out on our other streaming platforms. We have a YouTube, and the Facebook page is also exactly the same, just-us PDX Podcast. Instagram, which we're streaming live on right now, is just_us_PDX_podcast. We also have a TikTok, Just Us PDX Pod. If you ever have any questions, you want to be on the show, you have some ideas, you want to kind of, conversate with us about different things we've discussed before in previous shows, here's up our email, justuspdx7@gmail.com. We're going to kind of do this one a little bit quick because people got to get up out of here and somebody got the bubble guts, and just look at the photos, you can tell exactly who.
Troy, man, look at them, just stressing.
He just But this particular show, this is one we were trying to do for a little bit, and it would actually be a really great show if we had everybody here, but hey, things happen. It doesn't work out that way all the time. We're doing Who is the Most Beautiful Woman. Now, when I say that, I'm not asking for like a specific individual. If you have one, that's fine, but I'm asking more as a race. I guess who's the most beautiful race? We'll go off of like that. And then why? So before we started the conversation, we were talking about one of our homeboys who just likes to cap a lot and say this and that. He's not here. He hasn't been on the show since the first or second episode, and then he never came back.
You know who we talking about.
We actually did a show about him, which is actually fairly funny, but we ain't gonna spend too much time bragging on this nigga. But before we started recording, we were talking about like different races, who, what you like, what you prefer, and things like that. So I'm gonna let y'all have the floor real quick and just say, what is your favorite or preferred race to date, and then why?
My favorite race, I would have to say, would be any woman with a fat ass. So there's a race of just women with fat asses. They could be like,
I can't continue. Nigga, bro.
They could be of darker complexion, lighter complexion, mid complexion, pale complexion.
Transparent complexion.
Got a fatty, I can be daddy.
I hate this nigga, bro.
No, I'm not saying. I'm not saying that, ladies. I'm not saying it to be disrespectful, but I do love a curvy woman in general. But I'm being funny right now. I don't want to make it seem like.
Explain what you mean by curvy.
Curvy. When they say, "Oh, she got baby making hips."
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They don't say that shit for no reason. She got baby making hips.
She could have just like wide hips. I mean, you want something else other than just wide hips?
Well, I think curves itself, like, not like because some chicks be like, oh, I'm curvy, but then they be really bumpy.
Oh man, bro.
Like there's a difference between like driving on like a curvy road versus like a bumpy road, right?
That's be curvy and bumpy a little bit.
Like, driving to the coast, as you would know, Thomas, is very curvy. It's a curvy, windy road, right?
Yeah, curvy like the letter S.
Yeah, going down 7th from Broadway to fucking King School, that's bumpy. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
This is like, oh, I hate this street. God damn, bro.
This man a fool.
Like, goddamn, I'm finally at King, Alberta.
Man.
But no, I mean, okay, let's talk about it. I mean, obviously my first love was black women. Like I didn't even think, growing up as a kid that I wouldn't even be like attracted to any other like race like that. And that's because though, like even like when we were younger, like girls, our girls our age had always just like had like little butts, little big booties, and and there was always like, curvy in that sense, nice, I'm talking from a physical sense at this point. I will get to the mental part later. But even growing up, like that's what we seen. And when we really got grown up, I was like, oh shit, other chicks of other races. Kind of, not all of them, but some of them do. I'm like, oh, well, I'm kind of attracted to this now. You know what I mean? And I'm attracted to that now.
It's like going to the store and you see something that you've seen before, but it's something that's new added to it. You're like, oh, wait a minute, you're new. Like,
right. Like, oh, they made this.
I'll take one of those.
Or this color of the coupe. You know what I mean?
So okay, I got a question for y'all. So basically, kind of sum that up. If nobody understood that, basically, when we were growing up, we all went to black schools, and so we all seen black women at that particular point. Some of them were more developed than others. So some, we were at a younger age, we were just attracted to what we actually seen. Once we got older, y'all got older. There were different people that had different assets. Now, because you said, Troy, when you got a little older, you were like, oh, y'all got this, y'all look like this.
Yeah.
Now, are you attracted to the actual person, like themselves, or are you attracted to them because they have the same assets as a black woman? What you're used to seeing?
I'd say a little bit of both, right? So, like, I guess, like, I'm template of what I like, right? So, I guess what I'm trying to say, if I am going to date outside my race, that they are going to resemble a black woman to a certain extent, if that makes any sense, right?
Yeah.
So, of course, that's just the physical part of it. Mentally, that equates to if I like love you per se, whatever the fuck that means, or if I'm, that's just pretty much equates to long-term shit. Are we compatible? You know what I mean? Do we like some of the same things? Can we stand each other when we don't like each other, or when we don't agree, or when we don't type shit? That's a whole nother level of shit, you know what I mean? And so, but as far as like being attractive and what, I would consider the best women, I guess you could essentially what I'm saying is black women are the best women because I'm going off of that template. Even if I date outside of a race, like if I'm gonna date a white girl, she got to have a fatty. But the first chick I ever seen with a fatty was a black woman. If I date a Mexican chick or Hispanic chick or of Latin descent, she has to have a fatty. Sorry.
Is it all you're looking for, though?
No, that's not all I'm looking for, but that's just what I like to look at. That's what I'm attracted to physically.
He has a preference. Yeah. Everybody has a preference.
Yeah, my preference. About it. I mean, don't get it twisted. I've dated women I don't like thick like that and like, whatever. And I actually really like them, but that isn't necessarily my preference, but we ended up connecting mentally, which then made me overlook that. But at the same time, when I'm back to square one, I want what I want.
I want what I want.
Unless, that thing happens again. So
that thing.
I'll show you though. Like you said, you got to.
Okay, so Thomas, go ahead. We know you've been around the block a few times, so.
I ain't been around the block, I've been me. Me personally, I don't have a preference with race. My whole thing is how we connect, like mentally, like how good can you keep a conversation? Are you smarter than me? Like, can you cook? Can can you parallel park? Like all this stuff. I like the personality. Of that's what attracts me is personality. It's never the looks, it's never the race. I just look at the personality. I like what I like. If I don't like you, you know.
So how long would it take? Because like you said, it's the personality. So how long would you have to? Okay, I say say this is 15, 20 years. But we back in high school. We're getting out of high school. Let's put it at that time frame. So you say you're more attracted to people's personality, right? Okay, so say fall out, we just going somewhere, some girl pulls up, doesn't matter what she is, but you, from what you're saying, go off of personality. How would you judge someone off of their personality if you haven't met them before? Like if you don't know them, how would you make that your
How I
judgment?
would find some way to talk to him.
Thomas
You know
be
what I'm
that
saying? After, huh?
Thomas be that nigga who'll fall in love with a chick before he meet her. He'd be like, whatever those reality TV shows, then it'd be that nigga.
Sick.
But how long? Okay, so you would find a way to talk to her, but how long would you like have to talk to her to actually know? Okay, she's actually worth me, putting more time into.
My thing is, can you keep a conversation?
So you judge right
Like
off the bat.
I'm not gonna sit here and just like try to talk to somebody if I know they're not gonna want to talk to me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. So kind of piggybacking off of what Troy said in the beginning, y'all know Rhapsody, the rapper, right?
Yeah.
So she has a song called Afeni, and it was a particular quote she has in there, and it kind of goes off of what you were saying. Like you have your not priorities, but your preference.
Yeah.
So, and I was saying, just how you look at different people and whatnot. So the quote she has in this particular song is, "Do you feel the same way? Do you feel the same way about your mothers? Do you overlook our beauty, beloved, on all the others?" So if you think about what she actually said, it's kind of exactly what we see a lot of times. So a lot of people will say, when we was younger, I said it before, like our group chats, probably like a long time ago. I'm probably one of an old podcast. It's like our generation and the generation before us, we were brought up on rape culture. And now when I said that, y'all was like, y'all didn't necessarily see your face, you didn't necessarily get it. Now, what I meant by rape culture is all the music we listen to. So the Uncle Luke, pretty
R.
much
Kelly.
anything, R. Kelly. It always had to do with kind of, in a sense, now if you look at it, it's more negatively looking at women as just like an object, and women do it to us too. Don't get it wrong. Like women do it to us as well, but for whatever reason, women seem to get a pass when they do things like that majority of the time, or men don't really speak up about it. So when we look at women, we out somewhere, you see a girl, she got a fat ass, she got big tits, whatever, like she look good. A lot of the times what we do as men sometimes we just automatically look at them and just judge them basically off of what they look like. They could be the dumbest brick in the building, but a lot of people go off of like what they physically look like. So what that for me, just what that quote actually meant was that yes, we all grew up, we're all black. We grew up in the black neighborhood, we grew up, black schools. Once we got out, more people started coming to these schools. We got out of high school, in the college, whatever we was doing, we've seen a lot more people. And a lot of these other people and other races are all starting to blend together. Everybody got a little bit of something. And so at that point, what we were originally used to seeing is now on every other person that's out there. And so it's like you can, like I said, hey, if you want to date outside your race, it's perfectly fine. Like you do what you do. Because what you do has nothing to do with me. But at the same time, a lot of people, like we all know somebody who they'll say they want to do one thing, they like one type of person and things like that. But then when they see a picture of either a white girl with a fatty or something, they all over. It's like, oh, I do this, I do that. And it's like, we've done that as men, young men growing up a lot of the time. But at the same time, is that something that we actually want, or is that something that y'all would say that we're just lusting for because of like what they physically look like?
It's definitely lust in the beginning because you're going off of the physical. That's what I was saying earlier. I was like, well, this is just my physical preference. But like if I meet a chick and we do hit it off, there's fireworks mentally, then yeah, I probably would choose her over like my physical preference. But I'm just saying what I like from a physical preference. That's just my physical preferences, those things. Plus, I think there's especially when it comes to like the curvature in the hips too. Most times, or a lot of the times, that women with wider hips, they tend to have less C-sections as well. They are more prone to giving like a natural birth because there's room in their birth canal.
Hey, hold up, fam. You just gonna put people out there with C-sections, bro? Damn. They gonna be at your ass now.
I'm just
watch. They gonna be like, all right, nigga.
Okay, kill me for being honest. Okay, I don't give a fuck.
I mean, he has a point. So I mean,
like that's why that saying is a saying. It's because
I mean, what about women that have twins?
That have what?
Twins.
What do you mean?
What's the difference?
Most of the time they get a C-section.
No, they don't. I know women who have had twins and they have regular births.
My mom had twins and she pushed them both out natural.
Yeah.
I don't know how the hell your mom did that shit. Wait, your mama had twins, Spears?
I got twin sisters.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Remember this picture
behind secrets?
Remember Siblings Day picture he posted up? It was two babies.
Anyway, yeah, there's 5 of us. You know my brothers. Nobody really knows my sisters because they're that young. They're what are they, 20? Shit, I don't know, 23, 22, whatever it is. But
they
so I got
different.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm hell older than everybody else, with them specifically.
Mm-hmm.
But would y'all say that actually no, so my question was, why do you think Black women's looks are often seen as inferior or not as attractive to even Black men sometimes? Like, because you've seen how, like, now this isn't everybody, this is like case by case, but there's very specific instances where, like Serena Williams, for instance, like we would look at Serena and be like, oh, she has a great body and blah, blah, blah. But we don't necessarily sexualize Serena because we know she's an athlete. And like, we look at her as like, she's a great athlete, blah, blah, blah. But there's a lot of other times where a lot of people look at Serena and be like, he's like, oh, she hella thick, she got a fat ass and blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, in like white America, they'll look at it as she's inferior to other people just because of what she's naturally built like.
I wouldn't say nobody ever sexualized her. She's been, I feel like I swear.
She was in hella songs. What you mean?
Yeah. Even
Prince Montana.
Like I have a second wedding, or at least had thoughts of it.
Drake, I think it was Drake, Common.
All the niggas that she dated.
Yeah, because Prince Montana was like, I just took Serena to the tropics, or let me take Serena to the tropics. Remember that? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about like other people in general. I mean, not them, and I mean she dated them too, not French, but the other two. But I get what you're saying. Like, yeah, everybody has done that at some particular point. But there like comes a point in time where, so before she had a kid, and after, she was still the number one like athlete. She was the number one tennis player and whatnot. But a lot of people was like, remember the argument came up who was the best athlete?
Yeah.
And so Serena's name came up, but then they were always kind of piggyback off and like, oh, we go, and after Brady won, don't get that close to the camera. After Brady won his last ring, they were like, oh, it's Tom Brady. Other people were coming up talking about, no, it's Jordan. And so they threw more people out there and then just kind of put her to the wayside just because she was a woman in a sense. But there's other groups who will look at her and be like, oh, she's too manly and she's too this and too that. So that's what I was talking about.
I don't think that they leave her out. I think it's because
Tennis
It's a
is
sports.
single
It
sport.
has something to do with teams.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
you're managing a group of guys under
Right.
your leadership to do something. That's greatness because you need everybody to mesh together as a team. Now, I will say this: Serena is the greatest athlete in ever. For the simple fact, how many Grand Slam titles does she have? Like
What's
what?
fuck?
Over
I mean,
25?
Got 26.
Bro, like bro, she's a GOAT. She's already
yeah,
solidified herself.
yeah, of
You
tennis,
know?
sure.
Yeah. I mean, not like no, period. You know what I'm saying? You think about it, who's the most winningest athlete? She is.
But the thing
It's a
is,
fact. It's a
that
fact.
whole argument is
It's a
dumb
fact.
anyways, because everything is different.
But but like we said, we can't compare the two. It's like apples and oranges. This is an individual sport where you got to rely on yourself, your individual abilities and capabilities, where basketball is more of a team sport.
Yeah.
So it's not like we're leaving her out. We're just saying that they're the best player because they led their team to a championship. It wasn't just themselves. They had a collective of people that they led and they got it done. That's how I feel about it. I don't know about everybody else, but that's how I feel about it.
That's like comparing like weed strains.
You can't do that. Can't do that.
Or stop play like a certain other, you know, how you know, yeah, I'm just being funny, but
All right, so I got another question. So, what race or culture? Well, I guess same thing basically. Do you personally find attractive? I guess the most attractive, and why?
attractive from what? Like what? Like
just period. Just like the most that you
Overall.
find attractive. Like overall.
fuck, I don't know.
I don't have a preference. I really don't.
I mean, any female that's culture is about family at the most part. Like, I mean, we live in America. We live in America. So as much as we say we're black, I'm white, you're Mexican, motherfucker, we're all Americans, and all y'all motherfuckers are twerking. So,
we all. Hey, I'm gonna say it like this: when the lights go off, we are dark skinned. That's all I'm saying. We all black.
It's Tom's get at that 1994 sitcom saying.
Hey, it's true though. It's true.
So y'all honestly couldn't y'all couldn't pick. If you had to.
No, I said black women. I said because what I'm basing off pretty much of everything is the template of a black woman.
Okay. All right. So here's a better one. No, yeah, I get it. But here's a better question. Like we kind of touching on a little bit. So what qualities in a woman makes her beautiful or attractive in your eyes? Because I know y'all was talking about, you kind of look into it. Like Thomas, you said they got to have, be able to hold a conversation and then kind of know how they are inside, not necessarily what they physically look like. So what are the qualities that you essentially look for in a woman?
Loving nature, somebody that's gonna have my back in the tough times. That's not gonna, get scared and run away when things get rough and tough and bumpy. She gotta be able to laugh. Gotta be able to cook. Like I said, another one. Like even if she don't cook, I work with her so we can cook, so I can help her with that. You know what I'm saying? So I can get her to that next step.
Can you cook?
Yeah, I can cook, nigga. Come on now. I
Look at actually,
kids, nigga. Seven. My mama had 7 kids, nigga, and you thought that shit. When I had to watch them, I had to cook for them. That's how I learned how to cook. Been around my grandma and stuff like that. So I mean, that's why I look for qualities like that, is because that's what I grew up around. Like, so somebody's gonna speak their mind, like no holds bars, like it's just how you feel. Like that's how it's mostly how the women that I was raised with, how they act. So I mean, my mom, my grandma, my auntie, even my older sister, like they're blunt, they're really honest, they're loving, if I tell them something, like I feel like in confidence, like they would keep that. You know what I'm saying? So those are like the qualities that I look for.
A quality I look for is to I like depth. You know what I mean? Like I just can't deal with a chick all the time. It's like always on some surface level shit. Like, she kind of has to be an onion. She has to be able to pull back layers and kind of swim in, depthness and depth. You know what I mean? And I like something.
Layers from you talking about peel back layers of what exactly?
Just like
feelings, emotions,
just their overview on life. Like that's not caught up with just like your job means everything to you. If you don't have like, if you know what I mean, like you're just not basic as fuck. Pretty much. Like I can't. It's hard for me to deal with basic bitches or because I'm not calling women bitches, but they call themselves basic bitches. So
just did, but I get it.
Yeah.
that's kind of did
that term. I'm just using the fucking all the vernacular and all of that shit that they use.
That's another thing. So like, I forgot this come up a couple times. Like, women will definitely call themselves like, "Oh, I'm the baddest bitch. I'm a bad bitch." That, and the other. Now it's like the word itself. They've kind of just like when people say that we've changed the word, the like nigger, we've made that a common endearing, a word that's endearing for us. Women have made the word bitch that a couple of times. I forgot it was a song. I don't remember the dang song, but it was a song that actually did the same exact thing. So now it's coming back around and like people are kind of doing the same exact thing. But at the same time, how many women that a man could call them a bitch and they'd be perfectly fine, or to call them a bad bitch or something like that? Because there's always a particular way that they will let it slide, but majority of the time, if you call any woman a bitch any kind of vernacular way, they're going to get upset about it. But at the same time, they can go back and forth and call each other bitches. They can say they're the baddest bitch this and bitch that.
I call my sister bitches.
What?
Well, that's pretty mean.
It's just that's how we speak with us. Like my sister's like, bitch, what you up to? Like,
okay, how do you say it though? Like, what do you say when you say it?
I'll say.
Wait,
like, she'll say
both
something.
y'all just said the last like two sentences. This is how we speak with each other. Okay, what y'all say when y'all say it? It's the most ghetto shit ever.
No, we just like, so like, you know how like your sister say something, like you'll say something smart and she'll be like, bitch, I wasn't talking to you. I'm like, well, bitch, I'm talking to you. Like we do some shit like that. Like my sister, like if you know my sister, she's
one of the girls.
Like,
I was one of the
like
girls.
it's one of like, no, because my sister always does that. She always sit there and call me a bitch. So I'm like, all right, I'm start calling you one. Like she don't care.
Yeah. So, y'all do it in a playful manner, so y'all know it's not like
yeah, but I don't do that to my older sister. I don't do that to my older sister. No, she ain't built like she ain't built like that. She got that old school mentality. You call her a bitch, you're gonna have to go outside and squabble for a quick little second.
Bitch seemed to be your nickname, Thomas. Like I remember I used to call you a bitch back in high school too.
Bro, you stay doing that. What's up, bitch ass nigga? I'm like, yo. It's 8:30 in the morning and I got put up with this nigga. Like,
in front of his girlfriend and everything, just walked up.
Man, in front of my girl. And then after school too, nigga. What's up, bitch, nigga? I'm like, why he talk to you like that? It's just Spears, man. I'm used to it.
Because he put up with it. He never said nothing. So like I always repeated things that if you never said nothing, if you never fought back about it, I would continue to do it. So
that's why I used to make fun of this nigga on the basketball court when they never passed him the ball.
And I just stopped.
Nigga Spears, I'll be sitting there talking to you the whole time, like, you nigga mad yet?
It's cool. Stuff happens, whatever. All right. So true or false? We'll say every black man's white woman that they were infatuated with was Topanga from Boy Meets World.
Early, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm talking about early. I'm talking about early.
Yeah, early, true.
Yeah, yeah.
Why though? Why though? Because she had fucking
Exactly.
lips like a
Why?
black. Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, it was. I mean, because I never really thought about it. I remember like everybody talking about her, and like I remember what she looked like from back then. She looked kind of the same at this point, but it's like back then we seen different shows, and like she was there was a black girl in that show, wasn't it?
Angela,
Yeah,
Sean's
Sean's
girlfriend.
girlfriend. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like yeah.
So I don't know. It was just something weird about it, but at the same time, we were also very young. So when we looked at her, and some people just said, oh, we all knew she was white, but at the same time, she had the features of a black woman, like women we were used to seeing, in regular real life TV, movies, videos for the most part. And so that's what we were attracted to. So now, y'all seen her now?
I haven't
Yeah.
seen
Yeah, she's actually a battle the URL Smack DVD. She's actually a fan of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, bro. She watches battle rap, bro.
Interesting. Kind of. Okay. Now everybody's had like they movie or actress crushes and like female artists, rappers, singers, whoever. Who did y'all like growing up? Growing up and then as of now. Now I'm not talking about like their music and stuff like that. I'm talking about like physically. What was it about these particular women that y'all were attracted to?
Holly Berry, Nia Long.
Why?
Because for one, there was the only two women that I knew that were black females that could rock long hair or short hair. Oh, and Angela Bassett.
I liked Vivica Fox back in the day.
Vivica came a long ways. I have to say, like her peak that she hit was like 2000, like 2000. That's when she kind of became like the it woman. It was like early 2000s, I think, like 2002, 3.
Well,
somewhere in there.
She was on Set It Off and Soul Food. I thought she was so fun as a kid. I was like,
Nia Long was in there too.
They're $100,000 every day. You have the nerve to fire me. I was like, girl, I feel for you. Like, yeah, we think you knew the people that came in and robbed the bank. We think you were a part of it. Set it off.
Okay, so those were actresses. Did y'all have any
Maya, Aaliyah?
Okay.
Oh, he was fine.
Janet Jackson.
Yeah.
J-Lo.
I liked what's that?
Anne Marie.
Kyla Pratt.
Kyla Pratt, yeah. Kyla Pratt, yeah.
Okay.
Kyla Pratt. Who else was the chick that played in The Parent, not The Parent, it was a show with, I think it's called The Parent Trap. She played a chick named Zaria.
Who?
It had what's his name?
The movie was The Parent Trap.
Regina Gomez.
The Parenthood. The Parenthood.
Yeah.
That's what it was. The Parenthood. That's who I had a crush on. Her, Tia and Tamara. Yep.
Who is? Okay. Yeah, I know.
Yo, how can we forget Mia Campbell? Mia Campbell was fired back in the day.
She was like strung off of drugs and shit now, or she was like some time.
Yeah, that's sad.
Y'all forgot about
Lil Kim.
Yeah,
Foxy Brown.
Talking about Lisa Ray.
Lisa Ray is fine.
Lisa Ray, yeah. Players Club. I remember her in there.
I'm trying to remember. Who was the girl? She does the voice of Huey and Riley in the Boondocks.
Oh,
Regina Hall.
Regina Hall, yeah. Hall, yeah.
Yeah, Regina Hall, and then Sanaa Lathan. So there's a lot of different people that's the thing. Like Black women in general, I guess more of them are in like movies and whatnot, that like stand out. They're like staple people. Like you said, the one like Angela Bassett, she's been acting and doing stuff for like the longest time, and like she's in her what 60s, I think.
60s, like I think late 60s.
Yeah, and so
I think she's
like,
or no, actually early 60s, early.
you should have just kept the 60s and would have been perfectly fine. But yeah, so it's different. As we know, there's not many other races of women that actually age and still look just as beautiful as they were when they were younger. But at the same time, once they get older, do you still have like that same type of attraction towards them, or you just look at them now as like, it's like, oh no, they're older, like we're older now and they're older. And so like, has your mindset changed of how you actually view them at this point?
Some of them, yeah. Like Holly Berry, I think that bitch crazy. I think Holly Berry crazy, bro. Like, I'm sorry, bro.
Holly can still get it. Hell,
J Lo, I think it's
yeah,
J Lo. I think it's crazy.
Even with
J Lo, I think it's crazy. Like, come on now, bro. J Lo's been engaged how many times? And how many times has she got married?
even though
She collects, bro. She got more rings than Thanos, my nigga.
even a girl that was trumping. What's her name? That played Dion on Clueless.
Oh, Stacey Dash.
Dash.
Oh yes,
Oh,
Stacey Dash used to be. Yeah, Stacey Dash used to be fine, but then she fucked up with us. Nah, I'm cool.
You ain't killed nobody. Shit, ain't that serious.
Damn. You
ain't killed nobody.
Nah, I'm cool.
She's entitled to her own opinion.
Yes, she is, but fuck her. See, I'm entitled to my own opinion too, nigga. Nobody care, man. Get that out of here, bro. She ain't for us. She don't like us. Fuck out of here with that. Get out of here with that. You're crazy. Out of here.
I'm not. I wasn't born a Democrat. I'm not a Democrat.
No, I didn't say, bro. Nigga, for real.
No,
so
we
just go forget about all the bad shit that you say said about black people.
You say
I'm about black people, nigga.
We
all black on here. The fuck?
We're really brown, to be honest with you.
You know what, you motherfuckers.
You said that song.
We actually brown.
Said that kind of hard.
Smart ass.
Actually, kind of
smart ass. Smart ass. You see,
I'm about to cut out, y'all.
We got to deal with.
Anyway, so back to the matter. Troy said he's going for black women, but you said you still look for. I mean, if you look for other race, their type, I guess their body type, your preference, they would resemble a black woman.
Yes.
And Thomas, you pretty much are like a candy cane, just twisted up, whatever.
Swirler.
So as long as everything's good in the head.
Sampler.
He don't even eat entrees. He eat all appetizer samplers. Sampler tray.
All right. Well, yeah, that's what we're trying to figure out.
What about you?
What about me?
I know you're married, but
yeah. Hold up.
You see the issue with how we do these conversations. When I control the conversation, you guys have ample opportunity to ask me whatever. What do you do? Never ask. You wait to the very last minute. But go ahead. Pile on. What we got?
I just asked you, like, what have you ever been attracted to someone outside your race?
I've ever been attracted.
Yeah.
When I was a kid. Yeah.
Interesting.
Now, that didn't go nowhere, so it wasn't like that never happened, so it didn't really matter at that point. Yeah. But like the same thing with you is like, actually it's kind of a blend of what both of y'all said. So like I had like a preference, and I was basing it more off of like from like the music we were listening to back in the day. So like Sir Mix-a-Lot, the exact measurements and things he was talking about. So like looking for women who like you said, a little more curvaceous, but at the same time, it was someone who could, hold a conversation, somebody who wasn't, just a cute dummy. So that was like back in the day. Now, as I got older, I realized that a lot of the same people that, everybody like, I'm like very different where I can find beauty in anybody. Like I find the good to anybody, but at the same time, don't mean I would date you or anything, but at the same time, I can see the beauty in majority of people. And so it's like, what I would rather do is, like Thomas said, I would rather get to know you, kind of figure out who you are as long as you can hold a conversation. You can keep me entertained, in a good way is like, be able to carry a conversation. If you got good morals and, good background and stuff like that, we can be cool. Now, a lot of people, I'd say I ran into a lot of different people who were like, they were physically attractive and they held a good conversation. Like they had like everything that like you would say like you like were looking for. But at the same time, it was something about them that you just didn't want to take that next step. It was like you just like you friend zone them. You know how like women like to friend zone guys all the time. Like we friend zone women as well. And there's different reasons for it, when we actually do it. But there's certain people that just, they stay where they at.
Stay in your lane.
Pretty much. I see you when I see you. I holler at you. But other than that, ain't never gonna be nothing.
Straight up.
What else y'all got?
So who's the best then? To you?
Who's the best?
Yeah.
As in what?
Culture-wise.
Culture-wise?
Yeah.
Gotta give it to the women who look, like myself, so Black women. And so
bald-headed women?
Ain't that wrong with bald-headed women?
They look like me.
Look like me? I'm like, bald-headed? No.
No, and Chalmers, I seen your comment, you little bastard. No, I can say whatever the hell I want. No, but like,
right.
No, I can't. See, y'all the ones that will hold back and say whatever, some cover up some shit. I ain't got nothing to hide. I always have went for Black women primarily because here's a easy way that I've actually looked at it. Okay, so we just been out. Like you'd be out somewhere, bunch of people walking around. Now it's spring, summertime. Everybody's wearing a little bit of clothing most of the time. So you just be out, you see one girl, you think she looked nice, and you're basing that off of physically what she has on. You haven't talked to her, you haven't y'all ain't made eye connection, nothing. So you're physically basing it off of what she physically looks like from what you see.
Well, that's the reason why I'm gonna go and talk to her. I don't say anything is gonna promise to come out of that, but I'm gonna talk to her because I'm attracted.
Yeah, I'm making a scenario. So you just see some, okay, let's say it's like a Latina girl or a white girl or something. Okay, she got a little body, she's like somewhat attractive, whatever. And then you see a Black girl. This is just me, how I look at it. Doesn't matter what she looks like. When there's a Black girl or a Black woman that comes by, to me, they always trump them because of one, I've never really been attracted to like anybody outside my race. Like mixed people, that's one thing, they still consider Black anyway. Yeah. But it's just Black women in general have always held a higher, precedent in my mind, just how they are overall. Because Black women, and for one, they have to deal with the most. They can deal with the most. It's how they are overall. I guess that they're a more stronger breed. I mean, not saying that other people aren't strong. They can't deal with certain things. But at the same time, like we all know how as Black men, we got to deal with a lot of pressure and shit that we got to deal with. And Black women have to deal kind of with the same exact thing, but in their own right. So with me, how I look at it as regardless of how good you look, how fit your body is and whatnot, there's always going to be, and typically like nowadays, correct me if I'm wrong, unless you are naturally built that way, every other race is trying to look like a Black woman.
Yes. I'd just rather fuck with the ones that actually are naturally look like that.
And even if you do naturally look like it, you got a little bit of something, like a lot of people, like they'll go like right now, like the past couple of years, or whatever, like all races of people have just like been in the gym, but they're working on like very specific things. They're working on their butt majority at a time. They're getting, trying to keep their stomach flat and things like that. They're trying to get a specific look, and that look has always been to look like the Black woman. Like that, you can't say it hasn't been. Yeah, you want to get in shape, look nice, that's great, but you're looking, to look like something. You're trying to get to a particular look or look like someone, just like a lot of women before were trying to look like the Kardashians, and the Kardashians have always been trying to image or mimic Black women.
Yeah.
What else y'all got? You got anything else?
Nope. I don't. Nope. Can't ask you what I want to ask you. Too much.
You can't ask. Go ahead. What you got to ask? You got a few minutes.
Well, I think we pretty much covered it. I mean, Thomas is a little bit more, free with his. I'm pretty much like I'm like Thomas is like 50-50. I'm like 75-25. You're like 100. Or at least so, yeah.
We all got our own preferences. We like what we like. We date who we want to date. I mean, like you said, like I'm married to a Black woman. Thomas is going to be married to a white woman. Troy is married to himself.
No, married to the game.
Hey, it is what it is. So it's like, as long as y'all happy, like I'm not gonna judge y'all.
My wedding ring. My wedding finger.
I was like, what is this nigga doing? But yeah, so it's like, as long as you happy, that's the main thing. Is like at this point, everybody will judge you for, being with other people or different races and stuff like that.
Happiness is your most important.
Yeah, it's like, it's not up to them. And I mean, a lot of people are probably, sometimes scared to actually date outside the race because they don't want to be looked at, negatively. And like
fucking people look
still
at me.
will definitely do that. So if you don't want to, walk around and, have me comment like I used to comment on Thomas back in the day, you gonna stay with the, your same race.
This nigga. Like this bitch ass nigga.
Well, let me go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wrap this one up real quick. Y'all got any closing comments before I do the Black Business Minute?
No. But
social distancing and wear your mask, D.
Yeah, Troy's not doing that. So
Troy said that nigga Nelly Furtado.
But yeah, real quick, our Black Business Minute is Liam Supreme Auto Detail. It's getting back into the spring, summertime. The sun is here. So if you want your car to look nice, he does. He has his own little detailing thing. So basically, he'll come to you. You can come to him. It don't really matter, but he'll definitely come to you. He can detail your entire car. He can pretty much do everything to the car, make it look brand new. If your car is toe up from the flow up, windows all messed up, you can get it taken care of. And he's actually really, really decently priced as well. So you can check him out. He's online on Instagram, Liam Supreme Detail. You can contact them at 360-991-8161, or you can email them at leanfuller245@gmail.com. So we'll go ahead and close this one out. Appreciate y'all for watching. We streamed this one on Instagram, and I'm kind of looking up and seeing whoever was actually in here. So thank y'all. Appreciate y'all for tuning in.
Thank you.
So y'all got to see or hear the show, depending on when you actually jumped in early, because this one technically won't be out till next week. But we are the voice of the PDX, and we will see y'all the following week.
Peace.